What's going on, people, and welcome to my match recap and player ratings for yesterday's game. Tottenham 2, Manchester United 0. I thought we was going to win the game. I thought the first 20 to 30 minutes we were the better team, and then after that we just fell apart. Tottenham deserved to win in the end. I thought Sarr and Basuma in the midfield absolutely bossed the game. I thought that Van der Ven at the back looked good. Porro, even Son, I thought Son was better than I was expecting him to be, because I don't think he's been at it for a while. Caused us problems. But Sarr and Basuma definitely ran that midfield and the game. So, and even the goalie for them, that Vicario, I think his name is, he seems like he's got a bit about him, personality and ability. So I think Tottenham deserved it in the end. It's hard to say because I feel like they are bottlers like every year, but they look all right at the moment. They look like they've got a lot of youth suddenly and just character. Obviously, we're very early into the season, so there's a lot of time for them to slip up, and we'll see what they can do. But I think yesterday and the first game they played better than us, so I think they deserved the 3 points in the end. Maddison was okay, but not good enough from our side of it. I felt like Rashford was a ghost up top, and Martial when he came on, like a graveyard shift. I thought the wide players didn't do enough and didn't create enough. Bruno, again, disappointing, missed a sitter with a header as well. I thought Garnacho and Anthony making the wrong decisions at times and just not clinical enough. I thought Mason Mount was okay. I rated him as an average. When I get into the ratings, I give him an average. He's getting a lot of hate from people, and I don't quite understand it. I thought, especially off the ball, his pressing was probably the best in the team. I thought he got us out of trouble a few times. And I feel like he could have had a few assists at times as well, or just like he was involved in some of the build-ups and the moves that we did create. So I don't quite understand the Mount hate. I know it was a bit of a weird out-of-the-blue signing, but I don't think he's been that bad in both games, to be honest. So I don't quite understand all the hate he's getting. I think there's a lot of other players that should be getting criticised more than him at the moment. I don't think we deserved anything from the game in the end. I don't agree with Ten Hag's starting 11 that he went with for about 3 or 4 positions. So Ten Hag, for me, failed yesterday and flopped. And it's concerning, because I thought we was going to have a better start to the season than we've had. And I know we won our first game, but it wasn't convincing. And yesterday we got punished. Not good enough. And obviously Forest next at home, but they're going to cause us problems if we're not at it. So it's not a 3 points in the bag before we start that game. And a lot of people seem to think it is. If we show up like we did yesterday, we'll be lucky again. So, player ratings, Anana 6. I thought he had a good game yesterday. It was called upon quite a few times, and I thought he did well. A lot of people saying he probably could have done better for the second goal, but I thought he was better in this game yesterday, despite the loss, than the first game, even though we got 3 points. So, I thought he was one of the better few yesterday, Anana. I'd give him a 6. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I gave him a 4. I thought Son caused us some problems down that side, and he went asleep a few times positionally from crosses and stuff, getting caught too narrow in, sucked into the centre-back, so not great for him. I thought he tried to make things happen on the attacking side of things, but struggled. 4. Varane 6, I thought he was very solid. I thought he rescued us a few times. And I thought he was the best out of the back 4, to be honest. So 6 for Varane. Martinez 4. I thought, again, doesn't look fit. Looked off the pace. Looked sloppy. It's not what we've come to see of him from last season. So disappointed with him. And I wouldn't have started him in this game. I put Lindelof in for this ahead of him because of his performance against Wolves in the opening game. So that is one of the things I didn't agree with. I didn't agree with Ten Hag for the starting 11 with Martinez. And he started him, and look what happened. 4 for Martinez. Shaw is another one that I would have dropped and put Delo in for to start the game. He starts. I thought he was atrocious, Shaw. He had one good cross that Bruno should have scored from a header. And apart from that, I thought he was absolutely abysmal. Positional sense, terrible. Got caught so much. Pace, just fighting ability and wanting to succeed. I thought it was just missing from him. And from an experienced player in your side, it's not good enough. 3. Casemiro, I gave him a 4. He's just off the pace. He don't look fully fit to me. His pace is a very detrimental thing on the team. He gets caught too much and ran past too easily. I know what he can do, but I don't think he's anywhere near it at the moment. 4. Anthony 3. He hit the post at one point, but I felt like he started well again, but I feel like he starts games well for like the first 10-15 minutes and then he just falls off a cliff. And again yesterday, wrong decisions, petulant, got booked for moaning at the ref as well. 3. Bruno, 3. Thought he started okay, and then he got booked for mouthing off at the ref. Missed a sitter with a header. Not good enough. And for your captain, in that position he plays, I know he got moved to the right wing later on, but for a lot of the game he played as a 10 and he weren't good enough. Went missing again. 3. Mount, 5. I thought, as I said, off the ball he won some tackles, pressed very well, got us out of trouble a few times. And on the ball I thought he was linking up play well. I thought he was doing good moves with his passing. Maybe went quiet a few times here and there, but compared to other players like Bruno, like Anthony, like Casemiro, I think he was a lot better than them. So 5. Garnacho, 4. Thought he started okay, looked quite positive, but then I felt like as the game went on, the decision making again came into it, and I felt like he flopped a bit with the decisions at times. Forced it a bit again. 4. Rashford, 3. The body language again, come off, started slamming his shin pads on the floor. Like, I hate to see that. I know you're out of position, but if you want to be a striker as well, like he has said in the past, you got to perform better than that. Even when people aren't creating a lot for you, you have to go and get the ball and demand it and go and snatch it off people and start making things happen. And he doesn't. And then he sulks and throws his toys out of the pram and comes off the pitch throwing stuff on the floor. So I thought he went missing again yesterday, 3. And then the subs, we had Delo, Ericsson, Pellistri, Sancho and Martial. All of the subs got a 4 for me because I don't think any of them impacted when they came on. None of them had an impact on the game, I don't think. So not good enough, under average with a 4 for all of the subs. And Ten Hag, for me, I'd give him a 3 because I don't think Anthony should have started. I don't think Martinez should have started. And I don't think Shaw should have started. And they all started. And there lies your problem with the first half, with the first game performance against Wolves and then players I've just mentioned. They were nowhere near it, and they weren't in this game either. And look what happens with the result. And the overall performance of the team, not good enough. So for that factor of the starting 11 and then the result as well, and the subs that didn't impact, has to fall on Ten Hag as well. I'd give him a 3. Not good enough. We should have got at least a draw yesterday in that game, and we didn't. And we got punished for it. So Forest next up. As I said, I don't think it's as smooth sailing as some people think it will be. So I'm not super confident about it. I'll be doing a preview for that in the coming days, so watch out for that dropping. But people that are super confident about that game and think it's an automatic 3 points, when are we going to learn as fans that it's not? With that performance yesterday, we'll be lucky to get a draw. Watch out for that dropping in a few days anyway, guys. My man of the match yesterday would be between Onana and Varane, and I ended up giving it to Varane. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, who your man of the match was and your thoughts on the game. I thought it was terrible yesterday, other than the first 20-30 minutes. I'll be dropping a preview for Forest in a few days. Catch you later.